Oh my god. Okay, streaming is looking good. Hello everyone. Let me pull out the chat real quick. Alright, so welcome everyone to World Cup Tournament Season 2 Knockout Stage, the quarterfinals. And today, this is going to be a fight between the top 8 players, and there's only going to be 4 winners after today's match. And just before we get into our games today, there's 2 things we gotta do first. The first one is to thank our sponsors first, which is BNB Chain, Spirit Master, Biosyn, and Izumi Finance. And again, we will be giving out free Spirit Master NFTs. So if you want to get free Spirit Master NFTs, don't forget to leave Era7 to the moon in the comment section after the streaming ends. And the second thing that we're gonna do is I am going to drink some water first. Okay, and I'm back. So let me just go straight into the games. Let me check out the games earlier. So Fat Tiger versus Hawk, and it looks like they've been running the same decks. Hawk won the first game, but Fat Tiger got the second and the third game. Now they're in the fourth game. So we will go. We'll start from the first game. Quickly go through them. So we can make sure we go through. We can make sure we cover every single game today. All right, just stop a little bit here. So looks like Fat Tiger has a good starting hand. Same goes to Hawk. Both of them got cards to play early on, so they are not stuck in terms of mana. And Hawk is going to speed up the game here by playing the Fat Rat Feast. Not even the Happy Space into Fat Rat Feast combo, but Fat Rat Feast. Trying to give as much pressure to Fat Tiger as possible while Fat Tiger is trying to control. So plays the Evil Eyes here instead of playing the Peach Festival. And yes, it looks like the pressure is there, but Fat Tiger got the Mastering Seclusion on time to lower the pressure here. And it's actually a good play by Fat Tiger here, playing Deer Sage at the back, because if it was played in the front, then it will try and nerf the Fat Rat here. But Fat Rat was hexproof by the Zoologist last turn, so that will protect the Fat Rat from being nerfed by Deer Sage. But Master Ren here is going to do that 4 damage AoE since it's level 5. Actually, I think you only need level 4 to do 4 damage AoE. Regardless of that, Hawk is going to pull out the Tyrant here since his board got cleared by Master Ren, so Tyrant is a good play here. And that is going to lower Fat Tiger's HP down to 14. And then Hawk is going to heal himself with the potential motivation. And then Barak will be taken down by the Tyrant. And Fat Tiger could have killed Hawk if potential motivation wasn't played. And Fat Tiger here is trying to survive by playing the Swordbreaker, but that is not going to stop the Tyrant with Trample. And the Tyrant is going to take the first game here for Hawk. But just while we were watching the first game, it looks like 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙪 won 3 games in a row against Hawk. So let's just see how this happened. We do know that Hawk won the first game, so the deck is not unbeatable at this for Hawk. But it looks like the 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙚 this game is doing a great job because it discard one card and Hawk is going to burn one himself, and that is going to make him low on cards in hand. Alright. And it looks like Hawk is trying to maintain the board here, but the 𝙧𝙧𝙪𝙩 and the bamboo combo is quite good at lowering the opponent's HP. 3-8 is a really nice body for a 2 mana card, even though it was summoned by the bamboo forest. So technically it's 1 point something mana, so slightly less than 2. And Hawk is going to draw a lot of cards here, trying to make sure he has as much resources to spam as possible. And 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙪 here is trying to give as much pressure as possible, and he successfully killed the Tyrant with the Infernal Butcher. So that Tyrant was being played at a very bad timing, and then Hawk got nothing to play this turn. So all of the attacks are going to Hawk's face, and there's 2 rats that will be summoned after the face damage has been dealt. And then those 2 ferrets are going to be swept back by the clean sweep, and then one of the bottom unit are going to be swept back by the Mastering Seclusion. And Hawk here is trying to survive with the portrait, but the portrait are not going to help him. The first reason is because his HP is lower than 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙪, and the second reason is because he has no board pressure. Otherwise, if he has some board pressure along with higher HP, then even if all the pigs are killed by Master Ren, he can play 2 portrait next turn again, and that would still win him the game. So it's the early games that Hawk could not try and keep up with 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙪 that cost him the second game. And let's go into the third game. Alright, 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙪 is changing every single card, while Hawk is only saving that 2 mana Knight Assault, and he's going to play that. But 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩 didn't get his 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙚 on time, so it looks like Hawk wasted a Knight Assault, while 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩 is looking good on his cards. Alright. Here comes the Magic Storm, because the War Soul has I believe 7 armor if it's a level 5. I think it's level 5 because it had 2 HP, and only level 5 War Soul would have 2 HP. And then this Bloody Ghost is going to survive here after the Ocean Storm, so that meant Hawk almost no cards. Well, he does have 1, but that 1 is because everyone naturally draws 1, so Hawk is pretty much out of cards right now. While 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙪 still has 𝙧𝙧𝙪, Devouring Grudge, Warsoul, and Lilith. Every single one of them are very strong cards. So now 𝙏𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙪 has absolute control on top and mid row, and the bot row only has the Burrowing Badger, and that would be killed by the 𝙧𝙧𝙪 after the 𝙧𝙧𝙪 buffs himself. And then the Devouring Grudge is going to suck 7 HP, and the 11 attack from the top row is going to take down Hawk. Alright. And then it's the fourth game here. So now we're gonna see maybe a last game of Fat Tiger's winning streak, or maybe not, since there's one more game going on. So let's just catch it up. Alright, so Fat Tiger is relying on 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙪𝙩𝙝 to destroy Hawk's early games. We do know he runs 2 𝙂𝙂𝙢𝙪𝙁 in his deck now, since he just played 2 of them in a row. And then double 𝙂𝙂𝙀 into the Bloody Ghost is destroying the cards in Hawk's hand. But Hawk is trying his best to draw more cards with Happy Space by playing the heal and Happy Space combo. But there is only one card that he can draw, and that will be discarded by the Bloody Ghost. Now he draws into the Tyrant, and he's only a 6 mana, so he could not play the Tyrant. So that means he has to pass this turn without doing anything, and the Tyrant will be discarded by the Bloody Ghost. And he draws into a Burrowing Badger, and at this point, I think this game is pretty much GG. So this turn will be the end of Hawk. And yes, that's it. Hawk dies this turn. Alright. So now, since this is a BO7, I believe, so Fat Tiger needs to win 4 games. And he already won 3, so this is going to be the match point for Fat Tiger. And it looks like there's a 5 mana tree, a Lilith, and an Infernal Butcher, along with 2 Mastering Seclusion that secure the dominance of top and bottom row for Fat Tiger. And we do see Fat Tiger also has one more card than Hawk. The only good news for Hawk is that he is not running low on cards. He's not playing just with one card. He has 3 cards in his hand, but the board is looking really bad for Hawk. So let's see if Hawk can somehow come back with these 3 cards. And one of them seems to be a Piggy that was summoned by the portrait and then got swept back by Mastering Seclusion. And the Piggy will be instantly killed by the Lilith because Fat Tiger is out of cards. Alright, and Fat Tiger keeps healing up with the Ginseng Fruit from the Immortal 32 HP tree. Alright. Okay, and the Hawk gets the Iron, which is his court card on winning the game for him for the first game, but that would still be killed by Lilith because Fat Tiger is out of cards in his hands. So that is a big trouble. Alright, and it looks like Hulk is not able to survive here, and Fat Tiger will take the win of 4-1 and advancing into the top 4 here. Alright, here's typical money versus Kenneth. Let's check out Kenneth's first game. Alright, Kenneth is running Selling Fate, which is very strong. And I believe Selling Fate is the key card here to defeat typical Moonboy, because typical Moonboy's deck relies on a lot of hand cards. And that is hard countered by the Selling Fate. And just while we are still watching, let me just type out the usual things that I will type out for giving out Spirit Master NFTs. 1 second. Alright, so leave Era7 to the moon. The comment section after it ends for a chance of winning Spirit Master NFT. Alright, and I will ping the message. Alright, I'm back to the games here. It looks like Kenneth is looking good on the board right now, but Common Boy is saving his Ocean Storm. But both of the Ocean Storm along with the Vampire are seen by Kenneth. So Kenneth knows that all the cards in typical Moon Boy's hand, including this Bully that just got turned back um the end of the turn. So the Gorilla is the only card that Kenneth doesn't know what typical Moon Boy has. And typical Moon Boy is going to play the double Ocean Storm here. Clear the board here. Okay. And it looks like the Lina Big Angel is going to stop Black O from moving this round. And that makes sure Lina can survive here. So now Kenneth has one turn to react with the Black O. And then he's going to play something in front of the Lina, so it makes sure that the Black O doesn't kill Lina with his pre-strike effect. Uh, Alright, and that Lina, which stops the pre-strike effect of the Black O, seems to win Kenneth the first game, and it looks like Kenneth has won the match already, but we will still check out all their games, and let's start with the second game here. And yes, Kenneth is still running the Selling Faith. But Selling Faith is a better card when you play it later in the game. So Kenneth is not going to save Selling Faith right away. But Selling Faith is not technically a card that is always better in the late games. If you have a plan on how to play it on the early games, such as turn 4 and charging one card to play it, then it could be strong. But most of the time, people don't have too much cards in the early games, especially when you are against aggro decks. So switching them away is usually a better choice because not only because it's going to take away one slot from your starting hand, but it's also because sometimes there's like if the opponent, wow, if the opponent is going to put all of their resources on the board, such as the aggro cards, then most of their resources are the creatures on board. It won't be their cards in hand. And in that type of situation, Southern Faith is not a very good card. And in this match, it's simply kind of having a very good start, and typical Moonboy is not looking good on the early game, and he just got crushed by Kenneth's whale starting hand. Alright, and it looks like typical Moonboy is running a special card, which is the Dog Butcher. And card is not very commonly seen. The only place that you could see this card a lot is probably the campaign, but as everyone knows, the campaign is just where you try and get the GOT buff for the for the dungeon. And other than that, this card is not very popular. Or I should say it's pretty much underused. Alright, and typical Moonboy's top row is looking good right now due to the Phantom Bear. And Phantom Bear is going to protect the Horror Root here. But Kenneth is able to do the unlimited portrait strategy right now. So that is a good news to Kenneth. But the vicious doggy is going to keep raising its own attack every single turn end. And typical Moonboy going to use another Phantom Bear Professor here. And that will penetrate through the first two units. And the first 2/1 security guard that got summoned by the Temporal Protector also are going to be killed by the Phantom Bear here. And that is not a very good news for Kenneth, because even if the security guard had one more attack, it could kill the Phantom Bear. Even though the Phantom Bear would probably be summoned again just by the Professor of Illusion. And Kenneth have no choice but to double him of light here. Try and see if his farmer can get through the Phantom Bear here. And typical Moonboy is going to play double hidden core here and just draw a lot of cards to make sure that he doesn't run out of resources to give kind of board pressure. Alright. And it looks like typical Moonboy's Holy Root, even though it has to die here, but has is been Kenneth has been running out of resources trying to make sure that he doesn't die. So at this point, Kenneth is going to play whatever cards that he draws in, but that is not a good enough strategy to deal with the Steel Wing Golem. And that is going to, I believe, cost Kenneth the game here. Because Kenneth only has this one farmer on the top row and the Drunken Man that he just draws. So the top row is his last chance. But typical Moon Boy is going to summon the Dog Butcher, which summons two more doggies. And the doggies are going to make sure typical Moon Boy doesn't die on the top row this turn. And then the Black Goat will take down Kenneth for typical Moon Boy. Alright. And that is the third game, I believe. And game is bugging out. So I'm gonna reload very quickly. Alright, it's good. And let's check out the fourth game. And we do see Common Boy is running 2 horde route, and Kenneth is changing a lot of cards. But this time he changed into Selling Faith instead of changing Selling Faith way. So we might see the first play of Selling Faith from Kenneth in the top 8 games. Alright, and it looks like typical Moonboy is running the portrait. And they are at the same HP right now. Alright, and it looks like typical Moonboy could not deal with Kenneth's Caroline and Lena. The combo of Lena and Caroline seems to be a little bit too strong for typical Moonboy. So that was the match point for Kenneth, since Kenneth already won 3 games, and this is going to be the last game for Kenneth if he wins. So let's see how this game goes. Typical Moonboy passing the first turn is quite uncomfortable for him because that was 8 damage dealt to his face. And he's already running an epic avatar which has 2 HP lower than Kenneth. And the Ocean Storm is not strong enough to kill the exotic. And that exotic will be able to hit typical Moonboy one more time. So by this exotic himself, he already dealt 12 damage to typical Moonboy. And Kenneth is going to give more pressure by playing the Gorilla, but the Gorilla is just going to kill a 0-2 doggy that got summoned by the Dog Butcher. And typical Moonboy will try and steal this Gorilla this turn. And yes, the Gorilla will be successfully stealed by the typical Moonboy, but Kenneth is going to play a field defense here. and that field defense draws into Hymn of Light. And Kenneth has 6 mana here, so it's possible for Kenneth to play Hymn of Light plus the Smuggler. But Kenneth is going for the Annabelle plus Smuggler combo, which means he can play Hymn of Light next turn, which is a slightly more greedy way of playing, but it does gives Kenneth much more advantage since the buff is going to buff the Annabelle. And as long as Annabelle is on the board, that is going to give typical Moonboy a lot of pressure. And typical Moonboy is trying to gain the control of board back with the Snake Lady, but the United Big Angel is going to make sure everything else but the snake can move. At this for a typical Moonboy. Alright, and before Kenneth plays Hymn of Light, Kenneth tries to play as much unit as possible here, so that he can buff as much unit as possible. Alright, and the Happy Space after buff is going to take down the Snake Lady. But Kenneth's units are down to 3 right now, while Black Gold is still on the board for typical Moonboy. And the Steel Wing Golem is going to execute some unit, and it actually executes the Happy Space and Lena the Big Angel, which is very good for typical Moonboy, but his HP is unfortunately not healthy enough to tank the 8 attack farmer's single attack. So that will be the last victory Kenneth needed to advance into top 4. So congratulations on Kenneth for advancing into top 4. And it looks like even though Fast Slow made it into the top 8, but could not make it on time to play the game. So he is absent and will lose the game here. Alright, or maybe they have the same flag, so it might be the same person. Both of these are the accounts owned by the same guy, which is very likely to happen. Alright, so this will be the last game in today's top 8, which is Sirius Black and Hoping You. Alright, and let's check out the first game. Alright, and Sirius Black seems like running a Zoo deck, Sword Taoist, Reinforcement, and perhaps Field Defense and Hymn of Light. And Hoping You is running a classic control deck of Zen and Academy, which is Mila, Kiddo, and Mind Manipulation. Very classic academic cards to maintain their power during mid game, and then start flipping the table the late game. Alright. Sirius Black Sirius Black is trying to buff as much units as possible here with Deer Sage, but a lot of them are going to be swept back by the Clean Sweep and the 2-mana sweep. And probably the worst news for Sirius Black is that Hoping You had Mila on board, so that means he is able to cast both Clean Sweep and the 2-mana sweep again. And even though Sirius Black tried to kill Mila and successfully did so, but that only give Mila one more holy punishment, and Mila itself would still survive. And there's no way for Sirius Black to turn the games here, even though he has like 12 cards in his hands, but none of them can actually deal damage to Hoping Yu's face due to Mila's continuous copy of Clean Sweep, and even Sirius Black's very unholy punishment. Alright, and holy punishment into Pixie seems to win the game here for 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚. Actually, no, because Sirius Black is trying to survive this turn with Lina the Big Angel. Alright, alright. But 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 is going to play Holy Punishment into Mila this turn. So this turn, he is able to get Holy Punishment back. Alright, and that means he can play Holy Punishment next turn. But Mila is still on board for 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚. So both of them got a lot of cards in hand, and 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 is going to play that classic Pixie into Holy Punishment combo. But this time, there's no more Lina the Big Angel to save Sirius Black. So Sirius Black's HP is going to be lowered down to 3. And only a 1/6 bamboo in mid row is going to block all the damage for Sirius Black here. And Sirius Black is trying to kill the 7/8 Piggy with his AA, but his AA Piggy will be swept back by the clean sweep that got copied infinite amount of times already. And this time the Pixie will actually take down Sirius Black for 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚, and that will be the first game. Alright, it's 2-2 right now, so it looks like a very intense fight between 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 and Sirius Black. Alright, this is the second game. And Sirius Black gets to play the Templar Protector into Sword Taoist, which is pretty much the best combo you could get for a Zen and Empire deck. Yes, and then it's Templar Protector into Sword Taoist into the Bamboo Forest, which is a level 4 Bamboo Forest. And that is pretty much the best combo Sirius Black could come up with. But 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 is going to lower everyone's attack here with Deer Sage, but that will be denied by the buff of Hymn of Light. And the Template Protector here is going to summon one more security guard. And Sirius Black still has Annabelle here, but he's not going to play a Annabelle plus Sword Taoist combo. He is going to play the Pitch Festival here. And the Steel Templar Protector is going to kill the Sword Taoist that just got played last turn. And this turn would actually kill 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 if Sirius Black didn't play Pitch Festival, but Sirius Black didn't know about 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚's card, so he was trying to go for the safe play. But that made 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 survive long enough to play the double bamboo forest combo. So that is a lot of bamboos to block the damage and keep 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 alive from all the units on Sirius Black's board. Alright, and the Pixie will penetrate through the first two cards, making sure that the Western Seclusion's heritage doesn't go to anyone. So I think Sirius Black has to play Clean Sweep here, but 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 is going to play the Vampire and try and steal, I would say, Annabelle from Sirius Black. And Caroline is immune to steal, so Caroline is fine. Alright, and the Vampire has to die here since the Bamboo has 4 attack. And Annabelle is going to buff everyone here. And the Deer Sage plus combo is going to buff Caroline to 918. And Master Ran here trying to clear the board, but that is not enough since Caroline is still alive, and Caroline will take down 𝙂𝙀𝙢𝙚 for Sirius Black. And that would be the second game. Alright, and that's going to the third game. And it seems like 𝙂𝙀𝙢 changed his deck into the bird deck. Alright. And Sirius Black seems to be running the same deck here. Okay, so Sirius Black is running probably the best combo he could get, which is Caroline into 𝙂𝙢𝙚𝙪𝙩𝙝 and combo. But 𝙂𝙂𝙢 is also running a very aggressive deck, which is the Hexproof Bird. Alright, the Hexproof Bird is going to deal a lot of damage here. But the Caroline has a first strike, so it will attack before the bird. And if it hits the face, then that means it's going to heal Sirius Black. But that is not enough heal for Sirius Black to tank the 20 attack damage bird. So the bird with 20 attack is going to hit Sirius Black twice, and that will take down Sirius Black. Alright. And as we can see, 𝙂𝙂𝙢's deck battle power was 4k, but it got lowered to 3.29, which is probably the Control Zen Academy deck. Got switched into the bird one. Alright, and let's check out the fourth game. And 𝙂𝙂𝙢 is still running the bird deck. And Sirius Black is still running the, I would say maybe the only deck that he got. Alright. So here the win condition for Sirius Black is to make sure that 𝙂𝙂𝙢 could not be able to buff up his Hexproof Bird, or try and kill him before the Hexproof Bird is too big of a problem. That's the only ways to win here. So either be aggro or clear the bird. There's not really an option to make sure the game goes to like late game, because if 𝙂𝙂𝙢 has too many turns to set up the bird, it's pretty much a one punch man. So Sirius Black is going for aggro here, and he is aggro enough to kill Sirius Black before the bird could actually kill him. So this win goes to Sirius Black. Alright. And then looks like 𝙂𝙂𝙢 is going to keep running the bird deck. Alright, the Mastering Seclusion. Master Seclusion could not deal with Lin because it had hexproof, and 𝙂𝙂𝙢 going to buff it with the emptiness, which makes sure that every single attack of Lin is going to the face of Sirius Black. So that means it won't be hitting the village minion. And Sirius Black's Mastering Seclusion is going to be swept back by the 2-mana sweep. And Lin is going to kill Sirius Black right away here. But Sirius Black seems to be coming back on the 6th game here. Alright, so the game's tempo is very fast paced right now, because 𝙂𝙂𝙢 is running the bird deck, so even if the Sirius Black doesn't want, he has to be playing very fast. And this Templar Protector summoning the 2/1 security guard into where the bird was placed at is pretty much, I would say, winning 70% of the game for Sirius Black. But 𝙂𝙂𝙢 got a second bird and is going to protect the bird with, let me see, a level 5? Yes, a level 5 invisible spell. So not only does it going to make the bird invisible, so into the stealth, which means it won't be contesting any minions, and it also gives a nice body boost to the bird. But Sirius Black is going to give a lot of pressure by playing the Templar Knight here, and it's going to be synergized by 3 minions here. And 𝙂𝙂𝙢 is still trying to buff up the bird, but the first turn that the bird got killed by the security guard is very bad for 𝙂𝙂𝙢's tempo. and 𝙂𝙀𝙢 lost in that first round tempo, cost him the 6th game. That made both of them got 3-3. And this is going to be the last game between Sirius Black and 𝙂𝙀𝙢. So it's match point for both of them. And 𝙂𝙀𝙢 has successfully set up his lane on the bot row, but Sirius Black also successfully set up his lane on the top row with a Sword Taoist in front of it. And we do see there's a clean sweep on Sirius Black's hand. So if he plays clean sweep this turn, there is 12 damage guaranteed to 𝙂𝙀𝙢's face unless he has anything like Hoary Root. But we do know this is a bird deck, so anything such as Hoary Root with a shell is not going to exist here. The only thing that could probably block Killing Swift would be the Hexproof Bird. So the bird could stop the Sword Taoist from attacking, also deal 3 more damage. But it looks like 𝙂𝙀𝙢 is looking for buff cards, so he's going to play Professor of Divination here and a Pitch Festival. So that would be 4 cards that he can draw. And he's going to buff the Lin with the Invisible spell. So that's +3/+3 for Lin. The HP might not really matter here. I think it's the attack that really matters here. So now Lin has double strike and A attack. So that's 16 damage. But there is no first strike for Lin. So Sirius Black might be able to heal back up with heal back up to 30 because of Caroline's 6 attack. But there's 7 cards in 𝙂𝙀𝙢's hand right now. And we do see Sirius Black having Clean Sweep and Lina. So both Lina and Clean Sweep are going to heal Sirius Black. And Lina can give more attack pressure to 𝙂𝙀𝙢, while Clean Sweep can make sure that Caroline's double strike actually hit 𝙂𝙀𝙢's face. Alright, and 𝙂𝙀𝙢 is going to play the bird here to make sure that the bird doesn't get Clean Sweep back, and the lane is going to be buff a lot. And yes, the Caroline is going to double strike 𝙂𝙀𝙢's face because the bird will be killed by the Sword Taoist. And I believe Sirius Black is going to play Clean Sweep this turn because as long as Caroline moves, then he's able to take down 𝙂𝙀𝙢. The only problem is that Caroline is missing first strike here. So if there's no first strike from Sirius Black, then 𝙂𝙀𝙢's lane might be taking down the game here since it has first strike. And yes, Lin with the first strike is going to take down Sirius Black here. And the victory between Sirius Black and 𝙂𝙀𝙢 goes to 𝙂𝙀𝙢. And congratulations on 𝙂𝙀𝙢 advancing into top 4 with the bird deck here. And that's it for today's stream. Congratulations on 𝙂𝙀𝙢 and Fat Tiger and Kenneth and our Lance guy for advancing into top 4. And our next live streaming for the semifinal would be tomorrow. And before we end our stream, we gotta thank our sponsors as usual, which is BNB Chain, Spirit Master, Biosyn, and Izumi Finance. Alright, and for anyone that's watching the stream right now, I am going to change the way that our lottery for Free Spirit Master NFT works. I am going to twist it a little bit. So, alright, let me just type it down real quick here. So, let me see. Alright. And And for see OLED. Yes. Right. Okay. And that's right. This will be the new message, and I am going to pin it. And I'm going to remove the previous one. So that way I can make sure no one is confused. Alright, and since I just changed this message, I am going to leave, I would say, a 3-minute-ish window for everyone. Alright. And let me just turn on my stream right now, back up. Alright, and here's the let me see, here's the streaming. Alright, let me pull it out real quick. Alright, and I am going to look for, see, who was the winner last time? Second, let me pull out the previous VOD. Alright, let me see. It was probably one, check it over, get here. Alright, let me see. I think last time it was, let's see. Alright, I found it. It was OB1 and Mill was asking, is OB1 and Mill or B1 and Mill in the stream right now? The chat now. Guys are the winner, but no. Alright, and let's just wait a little bit and see if Obi-Wan and Mill are in the chat right now. Because they did won the lottery last time, but they didn't show up after they win the lottery. So looking for them. And if they are not showing up, I'm going to do the poll for last streaming. The link for last time is think for last time it's probably this one. Alright, and see, there's only 3 comments. There's only 3 comments, but Mil already won last time, and you cannot win the rewards twice. So it looks like I will still do it. So basically, these 2 people that left the comment or they leave the comment are the winners here, but I'm still going to pull it just so it looks more clear. Alright, I'm just gonna pull, gonna reset and pull again. Right, Mel keeps winning, gonna pull again. Okay, never mind, pull again. Alright, and this is the right pull that I'm thinking about. So I'm gonna take a screenshot. Right, take a screenshot, post it up, and our 𝙂𝙧𝙪𝙩𝙛 and 𝙂𝙧𝙪𝙁 not here. Alright, and it looks like Obi-Wan, Mel, and 𝙂𝙧𝙪𝙁 and Hazelnut is not here. So, well, I hope if you guys see the VOD of this stream, then leave your wallet address in the comment section in the previous videos. Maybe just edit your comments. That way, the Era7 team can send you guys the Spring Master NFT. And for anyone that haven't win, you guys can just leave comment section, leave Era7 to the moon as well as your BSC wallet address in the comment section after the streaming ends, and I will draw 2 winners in the next streaming for today's stream. Alright. Oh, Meow, you here. Okay, so change your, you can edit, no, you can edit your comment the previous, okay, actually you can edit your previous comment and add your BSC wallet address. So the R7 team sends you the Spirit Master NFT. Alright, I hope you see the message because I am going to be ending the stream right now. Okay, you got it. Sweet. So, yeah, no problem. Sweet. So make sure you leave your wallet address and then they will get the address and send you the Stream Master NFT. Alright, and that's it for today's stream. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.